Thinking I'm riches, just the way
play.
All day, every day. I don't know what else to say.
We've been rapping niggas since one of them was singing. Here we go. Man, Big was so nice. Alright, we here for the draft. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Where we gonna start? Champagne bubble bath, running up in pretty bitches constantly. It's Smalls, baby. Ah! Okay, where we at? That nigga say it's Smalls, bitch. Man, this is a good ass mix. Alright, so listen. We gotta jump into the draft shit because the draft started in 51 minutes. So I want to talk about Ace Bailey. To me, the biggest story in the draft behind Cooper Kupp is Ace Bailey. So the nigga was supposed to be 6'10". Obviously, whoever believed that was retarded. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that they talking about when the nigga got his shoes on. And he ain't even 6'10" then. He about 6'9" for sure. And if depending on the shoes, he could get to about 6'9" and a half. Because I think he like 6'7" and a half. So that's one thing. Let me see. So let's look at the latest draft rumors. Let's see what they talking about on here, these hating ass motherfuckers from CBS Sports. So this is how we gonna do it. We gonna look at the rumors that's flying around, or his mock draft predictions that's flying around. And then I want to look at his high school mixtape. Then I want to look at his Rutgers mixtape. And then it's gonna be a little surprise at the end, because we gonna bring to light all the hypocrisy of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Cooper Kupp, is that what I said? My bad. Cooper Flag, my bad. Hey, two badass white boys, you know what I mean? Alright, so let's see what they talking about on CBS Sports. This from 12 hours ago. Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. Two of the most disappointing college seasons of basketball I've ever seen in my life. But I will say this. When you watch their games, you can see the individual talent. Like, this nigga Ace Bailey is unbelievable at getting his shot off, yo. This nigga, he like the Carmelo Anthony of college basketball. Like, he just hit tough ass shots nonstop. But a lot of his shots was tough because he put himself in tough situations. So I don't know how that's going to translate, because in the NBA, everybody's going to be just as athletic.
And then others, of course, we will see how that pans out in the top 10. All right, we got the two best piece here and all of everything when it comes to it here, Adam Finkelstein and Matt Norlander. And Matt, I'll start with you and talk about Ace Bailey, because this is a guy we talked about throughout the season that could be a top 3 pick, but we just saw it there possibly falling to 6. There's been rumors of him maybe forcing his way to DC or New Orleans with the Pelicans. Is this a lot of smoke here? Your thoughts on that?
That'll be interesting at the Pelicans.
So I'm semi-skeptical of the smoke. I really can't wait to get to draft night just to see where this guy winds up going. We've reached a point with Ace Bailey that even like a week and a half ago, I don't think folks thought we'd get here. I think he has this. If every player plays to their potential, I think Bailey has the second, third at worst highest ceiling of any player in the draft. The idea that he's not going to go work for Philly and that's going to prevent Philadelphia from drafting him just doesn't pass the smell test for me. If Daryl Morey in that room truly on the big board for Philly has Ace Bailey's name at number 3, then he's going to be selected 3rd. The idea that he's just going to simply be
what up, Tracy?
held from doing so
AKA
doesn't pass the smell test.
I ain't going to even call you Tracy. You just a cyber A&R.
If he does not go 3rd or 4th in this draft, then he will be a victim of some serious mismanagement, because
we're on our hoop shit to at least 8 o'clock when the draft starts.
Dylan Harper's going to go.
Then if people want to go hip hop, then we maybe we can.
The draft is tie down. Harper will go number 2 to the Spurs.
Who's going to go number 2 to? Oh, Harper. I like Harper a lot.
Bailey had the stock and the performance and the athleticism and everything to attach him to being, a safe projected top 4 pick. And the idea that now we're talking about the possibility that he could slip to 6, 7, maybe his absolute floor is 8.
Who cares?
It's kind of unthinkable to me. But I still consider it very, very possible that he winds up going in the top 4 because the upside is so massive.
Yeah, guys, here's the deal on Bailey, and specifically his representation. They like the fit with the teams who pick between 6 and 8 more than they do the teams who pick 3 and 5. They are adamant that he is a top 3 prospect in this draft. And more importantly than where he gets selected is the runway to prove it next year as an NBA rookie. Now, don't get me wrong. They would like him picked atop this draft because of the salary implications, and they are hoping that either Washington, New Orleans, or Brooklyn trades up into the top 5 with the chance to get him. But if not, by refusing to work out for the teams that pick between 3 and 5, they are content to let him go to one of those spots, with Washington being at this point the most likely
that late in the draft, 28-32,
strictly because they have
I want to say ain't nothing there, but every year they find something.
Executives from Philadelphia,
Boston's got a smart front office too.
To visit those 3 places.
All right, so it's more about the fit based on his representation. We know the talent is there, as both of you illustrated that already. Matt, I'm curious, when you talk about the range of where a Cedric Coward can fit, maybe that 10 to 18. All right. What do you hear about the buzz from him from Washington State?
All right, so they wasn't hating that much on Ace Bailey, but that's, I mean, people been hating on him for the last week because he purposely, well, he didn't skip it. He canceled his workout with Philadelphia. And they in the uproar about that shit. I feel like it's just they got to complain about something. They need some news stories. It's the middle of the summer. So anyway, I don't think it's a big deal. I think Ace Bailey is he's one of the most talented players. Well, let me say, he's probably the most talented player in college this year. But I mean, his basketball IQ is fucking 0. I'm not gonna front. And he reminds me, well, AJ, the dude who's going to Utah, he's kind of the same way, but I think he's legitimately 6'10". But he has his basketball IQ is weird to me because I watched him play probably, 10 regular season games this year on YouTube, and he played terrible. But whenever he plays against good competition, he's fucking amazing. So he's probably just bored with high school. But anyway, so let's get to this Ace Bailey high school joint so we can see what type of prospect we talking about here. Damn, that's my surprise. Niggas ain't supposed to see that yet. Where is it at? Alright, maybe I'll go here then. Damn, I'm fucking up. Alright, some bullshit. Okay, here we go. Ace Bailey. Arius Ace Bailey, ultimate senior year highlight tape. I think is he from Jersey or is Harper from Jersey? Alright, let's get it. See what the fuck Ace was looking like in high school. Should have known. Oh, I thought it was a commercial for sure. Damn. Damn! Oh! Those are the kind of shots he takes all the fucking time at Rutgers. At least at Rutgers he did. Just horrible, highly contested. Like crazy. Every shot. Damn, look at this little kid guard though. What the fuck? Go to the. Show some AAU shit. These niggas, he dominating these niggas in state. Look at this nigga, dog. Tough. That was decent. Look at the man guarding him. This a weak ass highlight tape. I ain't gonna front. I need to see him playing against some good people. These niggas is trash. I can't watch him play against the local high schoolers no more. Hold on. He ain't got no AAU highlights. Number one ranked Ace Bailey and saying AAU highlights. All right. Where's Ball is Life though? They must not have been paying them enough. All right, let's go with this one.
Need a break from the ordinary? Take a 16-ounce vacation with Tim Hortons.
Welcome to a vacation that's so much more with Norwegian Cruise Line.
I love more.
Oh no. That was nasty. Ooh. Oh, that's the same one. Jesus. He's not jumping that high though. Uh-oh. Damn, damn. Damn. Hey, that big nigga look familiar. Damn. Hold on. He looked taller than 6'7". Nice. That was nice. Ooh. Oh, that was nasty. Offensive. That was a Jordan block. Why is he only playing these two teams though? Play somebody else, nigga.
Okay, check the first payment. Whoa!
It's how much?
What up, though, cousin Vlad? We on our hoop shit until the draft start at 8 o'clock. Checking out this prospect right here, Ace Bailey. I don't know why I got that shit so loud. Oh, these niggas look terrible. This Cooper Flag's team? Nope, that's not Cooper Flag. All right, this nigga Ace Bailey has some of the least impressive high school highlights I've ever seen from a top NBA prospect. All right, so let's check out his Rutgers freshman year highlights. And he had a 40-point game at Rutgers too. I wonder if they got that, but let's check this out first. Oh, man, they got me. Oh, that was Wolf. He just dunked all on my nigga's head. I'm a Michigan fan. Oh, that was nasty.
I can't remember a time there's been this much excitement around Rutgers basketball. It's certainly led with Ace Bailey. He fits the mold of an NBA superstar.
Well, Ace Bailey is a big-time talent. Bailey, what a and
looked like high school.
Oh my goodness, Bailey looking in.
He played in college the same way he did in high school.
Word about getting better helps when you've got stuff you can't
Same
see.
shot selection. Look at this nigga. Nigga passed the ball.
Oh,
It's 12 seconds left on the clock. Look at this nigga.
Oh, Bailey, can't beat that.
This nigga's a hog.
Adds
Wait,
to-
let me see that
Bailey
again.
can't beat that. Step back.
Crazy.
Adds to it.
Oh, that is the cherry on top.
Almost blocks. Good fight inside from the freshman. Ace Bailey, 6'10", incredibly talented.
6'10".
All the physical attributes for what you would look for in an NBA two-way player. Great size, great athleticism, has shot-making ability.
At 6'10", he's highly skilled, and you could argue one of the best athletes in all of college basketball. But it's really his offensive versatility that sets him apart. He's able to create scoring opportunities from just about anywhere on the floor.
But the sky's the limit for this kid.
Oh, what happened? Ah, fucked
He has a
up.
real electricity about him.
Hold on.
Bailey
Hit the wrong button.
too strong to finish. Deep two. Bailey
Oh, shit, okay.
Bailey. He has a real electricity
Whoa,
about him.
damn. Who threw that pass?
Basketball, but it's really his offensive versatility that sets him apart. He's able to
Nigga get
create scoring
buckets.
opportunities from just about anywhere on
Look at
the
that
floor.
shot.
But the
That's
sky's
crazy.
the limit for this kid, and you watch him play. He has a real electricity about him. Bailey just too strong to finish.
Damn, he put two niggas on the ground.
Deep two. Bailey smooth. Bailey on the attack. Stop.
Look at this nigga's shot selection. It's crazy.
That is ridiculous.
Carmelo Jr.
Arsenal early in this game. Maybe.
Oh, shit. This nigga hogging. He hogging on another level. Oh, god damn.
He stopped early in this game.
Look at this
Maybe
nigga.
more. Push it through.
Feet
And
work.
Can't be stopped. Rice inside.
He beat that shit.
Oh, Bailey again. You know who plays older than his class standing is
Look at
that
that
man,
shot.
Bailey. Bailey should be
18 seconds on the clock.
Attack floats it up again, and the
Pro move.
This has been quite the highlight reel by Ace Bailey, man. Sitting on 38 with a chance for one more.
Eating.
Continuing without their leading score, Bailey pulls
Off the dribble in his mouth.
17 points.
Ooh, nice span.
And he's got it.
Mello.
Bailey has 19.
Oh!
Make it 21.
Oh!
Bailey points looking for more. And he's got it.
Oh!
Bailey has 19.
On a 7-footer. Get your ass out the
Bailey
way.
has 21. He's now got 23. That's a 6'10 player, ladies and gentlemen. Bailey, tough three.
Crazy. Look at this. Wait, how much time was on the clock? 22 seconds on the clock.
Goodness. 28 points.
This nigga's a hog. They must be down.
Yep. Up to 30 points. There's really not anyone else in college basketball that has the skill set and the tough shot.
Yeah, 30 and a 40 point. Damn, that was disrespectful. This nigga ain't even jump. Look at this.
The tough shot making ability
Your little
that
ass up.
Bailey has.
We've also watched some incredible execution
In his mouth.
from Bailey.
thinking it and executing. High IQ.
Especially in this league, and as competitive as this league is. And we learned a lot this year, a lot from film, and saw every kind of defense you could imagine. We're 18 years old, getting guarded by 25-year-olds, 26-year-olds.
That's true.
Another year or two with them.
They are the lower seed here tonight. The first 2 games, big
Yeah,
job by
this
Bailey.
he's a top 3 pick, yo.
Big steps in and one.
These GMs gonna trick themselves out of a fucking franchise player. Or not franchise player, if not that, an all-star.
And he finishes. Now down 6, Somerville, back to Williams. Bailey 3, and that's good. The offense is flowing, certainly impressive.
Oh, that's it? All right, his college mixtape was way better than his fucking high school mixtape. Hold on. The Kings moved back to Kansas City. That would be horrible. Hey, listen. I grew up actually playing with the Bad Boys Pistons. I worked at the Jewish Community Center. Actually, I think I started playing with them my freshman year because they would have camp at the Jewish Community Center. And then for my sophomore, junior, and senior year, I actually worked the John Long basketball camp. And anyway, after the camp, all the Pistons would come up there and play. So I played with everybody who was on the Bad Boys team. Except for some reason, I can't remember Bill Lambert. I just don't remember that angry motherfucker being there. But everybody else I played against, whatever. And then before that, when I was younger, they used to be at the JCC in Southfield, but I didn't play against them there because I was too young. But anyway, all right. So yeah, Ace Bailey's college highlights was way better than his high school highlights. So basically, the reason I was highlighting Ace Bailey because the nigga's obviously top tier talent. In my opinion, he's top 3. It's like a coin flip between him and Dylan Harper, who I also think is going to be an all-star. With Cooper Flagg being number 1. But I guarantee you, if you fucking threw the ball out there and said y'all niggas play fucking King of the Hill or 1-on-1 or whatever, Ace Bailey winning all that shit against them 2 niggas. But I just feel like they shitting on Ace Bailey for no reason, yo. You know what I mean? Trying to say he's not a head case, but like he's got bad character and just all this other shit because he's missing workouts on purpose. How dare he? This, and that. They shitting on his agent, everything. They just shitting on the nigga. And it's fucking straight up hypocrisy. So to prove that, I found this video about some famous, some superstars who kind of did the same shit Ace Bailey doing, you know, but they don't want to bring that up when they shitting on Ace Bailey. They don't want to say these 5 niggas did the same shit, but I'm here to point that shit out, all right? Let's see. Damn. My bad. All right, here we go. So we got 5 NBA players who refused to play for the teams that drafted them. So that's even worse than what Ace Bailey doing. At least Ace Bailey saying, fuck y'all, I don't even want to work out for y'all. These motherfuckers actually probably got drafted and said, I ain't playing for y'all. So let's see. I haven't watched this, by the way.
Hey, what's good, fellas? My name's Andy, and today we're going to take a look at 5 NBA players who just refused to play for the teams that drafted them. Whether it's because they did not like the...
Damn. So far, we got Dominique Wilkins. I didn't see who was on the first highlight. Dominique Wilkins is a Hall of Famer.
These players just did not want to play for that team. And as
Kobe?
a result, they ended up getting traded. The topic of this video is pretty straightforward, so without further ado, let's begin. Number 5, Kiki Vandeweghe. In the 1980 NBA draft, Vandeweghe
not a Hall of Famer, but had a great career.
Now, at that time, the Mavericks were actually a brand new expansion team. The 1980 to 81 season was going to be their first year as a team in the NBA. And with the 11th pick of this draft, Mavs fans were excited. Vandeweghe was great in college and he just led UCLA to the final game of the NCAA tournament. However, shortly after the Mavs drafted him, he straight up refused to play for them because he did not want to play for a new, unproven.
So they actually drafted him and he said, "Fuck y'all."
The Mavs kept trying to convince him to play, but Vandeweghe would not. This stalemate lasted for months, and 1 month into the season, the Mavs traded him
1
along
month
with
into
another
the season.
first-round pick to the Denver Nuggets for 2 future
Sam
first-round
Perkins
picks.
and Rolando
Vandeweghe
Blackman.
would go on to have a
Hold
solid
on, hold on,
career,
hold on,
mainly-
hold on. Yo, this was an even swap right here, yo. I mean, Sam Perkins played a long ass time. He was one of the first stretch centers in the NBA. And then Rolando Blackman he played a long time. He was a very good player. I don't know if he ever made an All-Star game. He might have made one. Sam Perkins got championships and everything. So those are 2 very good players. Kiki was just a scoring machine. And then by the time I started paying attention, he was getting hurt all the time. He was later on in his career.
Playing for the Nuggets and Blazers. He was a 2-time All-Star and averaged as much as 29.4 points per game in a season. In 1983,
all 2s.
Every time he played a game in Dallas, the crowd would relentlessly boo him, and honestly, it makes perfect sense why they did. It doesn't feel good when a player you drafted refuses to play for you, especially since he was the Mavs' first ever draft pick in history. Coincidentally enough, after his career was over, Vandeweghe actually worked for the Mavs front office for a couple of years, and he also helped train a young Dirk Nowitzki. Number 4, Dominique Wilkins. We all
Human
know
highlight
Dominique as an
film,
Atlanta
legend.
Hawk legend, but he was actually drafted by the Utah Jazz.
Did not know that.
In the 1982 draft, he was the 3rd overall pick by the
Terry
Jazz.
Cummings.
The team was having some financial problems at the time.
Another bad
and back
motherfucker.
then, rookie contracts worked a bit differently, and there was no standard for how much a player could be paid. The Jazz could not offer Dominique the money
just
that
shit
he
on
needed,
Jack
and
Sigma.
after months of negotiations, he just had enough and gave up. So he demanded a trade, and the Jazz sent him to the Atlanta Hawks. In hindsight, this trade was terrible for Utah because the players they got back, John Drew and Freeman Williams, played a combined 4 seasons with the team. Dominique, on the other hand, ended up having an illustrious career and became a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Another interesting scenario here would be, what if the Utah Jazz kept Dominique and not trade him away? Would they still be able to get Karl Malone and John Stockton? And if they did, that's one hell of a lineup. Dominique at small forward, Karl at power forward, John at point guard. Maybe they could have won a championship with a team like that.
Yeah,
but as all of their careers came
Look
to
at this.
an end, none of them won any title. Number 3,
Ralph
Billy
Sampson.
Owens.
Billy
Out of
O from
everyone on this
Syracuse,
list,
number
Billy
30.
Owens is probably the player who most people don't know about. He was the 3rd overall pick in the 1991 draft by the Sacramento Kings, but he did not want to play for them. Whether it was a decision between him and his agent to put him in a better situation or something else, I'm not too sure about the details. After holding out for months until November, when the season already began, the Kings finally traded him to the Golden State Warriors for fan favorite Mitch Richmond.
Hall of Famer.
The Warriors expected Owens to become the missing piece they needed, and even though they got him, the trade was still very difficult to make. Everyone on the team and the fans, they all loved Richmond. And this trade broke up the Run TMC trio of him, Tim Hardaway, and Chris Mullin. Richmond ended up turning into a 6-time All-Star in Sacramento and eventual Hall of Famer, while Billy Owens played 3 years for Golden State, and that was it.
Yeah.
Number 2, Kobe Bryant. Alright, so we all know Kobe was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets in 1996, and then they traded him to the Lakers for Vlade Divac.
Yeah,
the trade was
it
seen
wasn't
as
because he
okay
refused,
at the
was
time.
it?
Divac was a solid player, and Kobe was an unproven 17-year-old. But looking back in hindsight, it turns out to be one of the worst trades in history for Charlotte. However, according to an article from 2007, Kobe's agent at the time, Arn Tellem, was asked about Kobe being a Hornet. How would he have done there? And then Tellem told him... Okay, alright, so yeah. He told him that this is an impossibility. There are no ifs. It would not happen. He is going to be a Laker, and that's the only team he's playing for. Kobe himself hasn't made any comments about this, but it makes sense why his agent would want him to be in LA. More opportunities for endorsements, commercials, you know, all that stuff to improve Kobe's popularity and brand. So then Arn Tellem can also get a bigger cut of the profits, because Los Angeles is just a way bigger market than Charlotte.
No shit.
And finally, last but not least, number 1, Steve Francis. He was
Oh,
the second
yeah.
overall pick of the 1999
I knew this
draft
one.
by the Vancouver Grizzlies, which makes him the highest pick out of the other players on this list. But unlike the other players here, Francis was very open about not
I think he was the number 1 draft pick.
He publicly said that he did not want to go there. The reasons were because it was too far from... He publicly said that he did not want to go there.
Is this an NBA game?
About not wanting to play in Vancouver. He publicly said that he did not want to go there. The reasons were because it was too far from his home in Maryland, the higher taxes, and he just did not want to leave the country in the first place. For a short period of time, though, Francis actually warmed up to the idea and reconsidered playing in Vancouver. The Grizzlies originally drafted him with no intentions of trading him, and for a while, Francis was content. He actually traveled to Vancouver to check out the city, but then he ran into an incident at the airport there. Apparently, some people at the airport, not knowing who Francis was, went up to him and asked him what rap group he was from. This was the final straw for Francis. He just snapped after this. As a result, the Grizzlies realized that they could no longer convince Francis to stay anymore and traded him to the Houston Rockets. Then, 1 year later, the owner of the Vancouver Grizzlies sold the team because attendance was dropping like crazy. And obviously, part of it had to do with Francis not wanting to play there. It just made people feel bad about the team, and it didn't really give it a good image. Only an average of 14,000 fans attended their home games in the following season. Eventually, a new owner bought the team and relocated them to Memphis. That's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm sure I missed some other players who also refused to play for the teams I drafted them. There's probably a lot more than just five. So let me.
This proves my exact point. All the fucking hypocrisy they got going on just for clicks and views. They all over my nigga. All over. What's that nigga Ace Bailey's head? And look at these fucking 5 players here. And these were 5 great fucking players. Even the ones who didn't have a long, illustrious career like Kiki Vanderway, like y'all saw that nigga had a year he averaged 29.8. Like he was cooking niggas. And in college, he was like a 3-year All-American. Then you got Steve Franchise, who was the #1 pick. You know what I'm saying? And we all know what Kobe became, you know, just on and on. Every player, I mean, damn. So I don't want to hear shit else about Ace Bailey canceling a workout for the fucked up ass 76ers and Daryl Morey. Alright? That's that. So that's my Ace Bailey NBA draft coverage for tonight.